Well, back at it again. I figured I'd give you an update on what was actually wrong with the Kubota after I got it back and had it, at the diesel mechanic shop to get worked on. So apparently, Kubota issued a campaign a while back that I was not made aware of. So if you're not aware of what a campaign is, it's the terminology they like to use for a factory recall. And what the problem was the filtration system was not adequate to keep particulates from getting into the injectors and causing failures, which caused other failures. So Kubota relied on the dealerships that sell their machines to reach out to their consumers, their customers that purchase machines from them, and make them aware of it. It was a no cost to the consumer to have a upgraded filtration system installed. But at this point, that campaign has expired, and unfortunately, the dealership I bought my machine from did not do what they should do, and I had to flip the bill for it. So what happened due to the filtration system not being adequate, particulates got into the injectors, and it got to a point that the injectors could not supply enough fuel for the regen to work properly. In other words, to burn the carbon that had built up in the regen filter, which caused it to gum up to a point that it couldn't do it itself. So I ended up having to buy 3 new injectors. It's a 3-cylinder. All 3 of them had to be replaced. Sometimes you can rebuild them, but unfortunately mine were past that point. And also had to have the regen filter removed and shipped off to a company that bakes it and cleans it, which normally you have to have that service done at 2,500 hours. Of course, I'm not anywhere near that hour on it, but it would have happened eventually if I had the machine to the point that that would need to be done. So the cost for all the repairs along with the mechanics hourly rate was $6,300. They asked me if I wanted the upgraded filtration system, which would have cost me another $1,300. I told them no. I'm going to run the machine another 3 years and sell it, so that could be someone else's problem. I'm not going to pay out of pocket for something I should have got for free, and that would have saved me the $6,300 that I ended up having to pay because the dealership that I purchased from did not do their job. I'm not going to mention their name. That's not what this is about, but it's pretty disappointing. Let's just say that. Nothing wrong with the battery. That was the first thing I replaced when I got back. Had it checked. It was right at factory specs for voltage and cranking amps. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the electrical side of the machine. It was solely fuel injectors, and then they gummed up the regen filter, which caused the code to show on it. So yeah, that's what was going on with the Kubota. So $6,300 later, and some disappointing equipment use out there because I couldn't use it at full capacity, and it's back ready to go again. So the upgraded filtration system has 2 filters, is what they ended up doing. I guess they found once they did some research that their engineering for the filtration system was not adequate, and that's what was causing the failures with the injectors. This is the regen filter that had to be removed and baked and cleaned out. And like I said, there was nothing wrong with the glow plugs, nothing wrong with the battery, nothing electronic wise was causing the issue. The only reason it seemed to start better when it was jumped is because the voltage level is going to be higher when you have an engine that's powering it, that's already running, because the alternator is bringing the voltage up to 14.7. Normally the voltage is lower on a resting battery that doesn't have an alternator supplying it with power. So now everybody knows what the mystery was with the Kubota malfunctioning. Anyone that's got a 2015, 2016 model, this was purchased in 2016, but it's actually manufactured in 2015. You missed your window to get it done for free, so you are probably going to have some problems with your injectors in the near future if you haven't already had to deal with it. So, well, that's all I had. I'll see you on the next one.